Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week I've been behind the wheel of the 2025 Kia Carnival, a multi-purpose vehicle, not a minivan, that can transport up to 8 passengers. And this week I'm going to tell you exactly why I would purchase this gas model over the hybrid model. I'm also going to talk about competitor comparisons, towing, cargo space, a real world fuel economy, and so much more. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button because this review starts right now. This 2025 Kia Carnival SX front-wheel drive only model you're looking at is covered in the ceramic silver paint and equipped with standard 19-inch black alloy wheels. Up front and on the rear of the vehicle, you receive LED lights and improvements to both the front grille and rear bumper aesthetics. The overall exterior design should look familiar as the Carnival is highly influenced by the World Car of the Year winner, the all-electric EV9. Driver assisted technology, interior comfort, and connectivity also receive enhancements in 2025, and I'll cover those features a little bit later. But for now, MSRP pricing for the base gas Kia Carnival model begins at just under $43,300 Canadian or $36,000 US. MSRP pricing for the hybrid model begins at just over $49,300 Canadian or $40,500 US. For those keeping score, that's a difference of $6,000 or more depending on your market location. Pricing aside, powering the Kia Carnival hybrid model is a small 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder with a hybrid system and a 6-speed automatic transmission that's producing 242 horsepower. This gas model Kia Carnival is equipped with a 3.5-liter direct injection V6 and an 8-speed automatic transmission. This is producing 287 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, and looks like and sounds like this off the line from the driver's point of view when in sport mode. Sport mode activated. Now, let's go. Nice wheel spin. Good RPM. Hey, that isn't that bad. Personally, I prefer self-charging hybrid technology, but not when it would take years for me to see a return on my investment. But more on that later. Now, Kia estimates that you should be able to average 11.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the gas-powered Carnival, and in the hybrid model, you should be able to average 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's combining both city and highway driving. Now, for me this week, I was only able to average 9.3 liters per 100 kilometers when I went out for a cruise for about 60 minutes. And I activated eco mode and I took advantage of my adaptive cruise control settings. Then I went out for a different 60-minute test drive, just primarily focused on urban driving and in the city. And I was only able to average 11.9 liters per 100 kilometers. So guys, if you want to achieve better fuel economy, make sure you're activating eco mode and take advantage of your adaptive cruise control settings. The ground clearance between the Carnival, Sienna, and Odyssey is close to the same. What you really need to pay attention to is wheel size. The larger the wheel, the higher the vehicle sits. As for the payload capacity for this gas model, it's 1,329 pounds, and that number reflects the total weight you can carry on top and inside with passengers and luggage. The gas model can tow up to 3,500 pounds, and the hybrid model can tow up to 3,000 pounds when properly equipped. Both models include smart power liftgate technology when you select the right trim. And essentially this means with the key fob in your pocket, purse, or hand, simply approach the rear of the vehicle and the power liftgate will automatically open for you. As for cargo space, with the third row seats up, your gas-powered Carnival offers 1,139 liters or 40.2 cubic feet of space. The Toyota Sienna offers 949 liters or 33.5 cubic feet of space with the third row seats up, and the Honda Odyssey offers 929 liters or 32.8 cubic feet of space with the third row seats up. So the Carnival is the clear winner. Look down in the description below for more side-by-side cargo comparisons. Additional features include a 12-volt port and a 115-volt three-prong outlet on the right side and additional storage space on the left side. Ask your Kia specialist about a temporary spare tire or a tire repair kit in your market location. Just like the Sienna and the Odyssey I reviewed, your Carnival also has sliding doors on each side, and you can open them by using the handle on the exterior, or you can use your key fob, or there's buttons located on the inside of both of the B pillars, and then there's buttons located up top. So lots of convenient and super easy ways for you to open up your sliding doors. And then I've already mentioned that the Carnival is a passenger multi-purpose vehicle, not a minivan, but you also have the option to purchase these super cool VIP lounge chairs for the second row. But those will cost you a few $1,000s more, and you cannot remove those ones. And there's lots of easy ways for you to get in and out of the third row with lots of handles and straps. However, if you pull a strap over here on this right hand side, this middle section folds down into a table, and this is my preferred setup because then obviously you have a table, you have two more cup holders here, you have two more cup holders located up front. So really, really nice. And I feel as though everybody receives a bit more individual space. And then with the SX trim, you also receive a small sunroof. This is manual to open and then is power operated. Also up top here, you have voice cabin talk. Really, really cool because you could also put down the side windows by using this feature. Super cool. And then on the right hand side on the top, that's where you're going to find your HVAC controls. Then a big plus in here is the connectivity. So you have one USB-C port located on either side of the front seats. Then you have another traditional 3-prong outlet and another 12-volt port. I also like the fact that if you are taller, sit on the right hand side, and then you can move the front passenger seat forwards and backwards and recline it too. Now, storage is the only place that we need to improve. So you have small pockets behind both front seats, but on the doors, you only have space for one cup. But that's it. I love it. Lots of space, lots of convenience. Whether I was purchasing the Carnival or the Odyssey or the Sienna, I really don't have any complaints when it comes to the third row area because leg space and head space is really, really good. And if you need additional leg space, I mean, just slide the second row seats forward. I will say this though, you will have a visibility issue if you decide to leave every headrest up. So I recommend at least leaving one down. You'll see that during my final driving impressions. Then I like the connectivity back here. You have one USB-C port on each side. I like how, just like the Odyssey, you have sun blockers on each side too. Cups and space for snacks is really good. And like I've already mentioned, getting in and out is easy. You have more than enough straps to get out quickly or get in easily. Last few features before I hit the road to tell you exactly why I would not purchase the hybrid Carnival over this gas model. But first, back to the key fob. So this has a remote start feature, but also don't forget to ask your Kia specialist about your digital key. And then starting up top, you have a small sunroof, which is manual to open, and then it's power operated. Then I absolutely love a reversible rear view mirror. Love that, especially when you're towing. And then remember, this is the SX trim, so these front seats are power operated, they're heated and ventilated. They also offer lumbar support. The steering wheel is also heated, and on the left hand side you'll find your voice commands, your Bluetooth, and shortcuts for your audio sound system, which includes a Bose audio sound system, which is amazing. Kia has done an excellent job improving their overall voice command features, so that's really, really nice. And then on the right hand side you'll find your adaptive cruise control settings. There's also a button here so you can customize your fully digital driver cluster. And then new for 2025, and depending on which trim you choose to purchase, this screen is now curved. This system also includes navigation, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as wireless, and Wi-Fi hotspotting. These are my go-tos. So first, I actually swipe down, and then there's passenger talk. So I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it echoes, making it a lot easier for you to speak to your passengers regardless of which row they're in. And then through here as well, you can set up your navigation guidance, volume settings, and all those beeps. Then I swipe, look for passenger view. So when I'm driving, I actually leave it on passenger view because just like the Odyssey, you can see even more what's going on around you. So that's a great safety feature. Then I go to setup, super important icon. Then look for vehicle, and then driver assisted technology. So you receive a lot of driver assisted technology. You have for collision warning, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, steering assist, adaptive cruise control, which I've already mentioned. You have cross traffic alert, and depending on which trim you choose to purchase, you have a 360 camera, which looks really, really good. And in my opinion, the best driver assist technology feature in the industry, which is video blind spot monitoring. And that's when you're using your turning signals, a video will be projected at you and it will show you what's going on beside you. So super, super great. If you like those features, the 360 and video blind spot monitoring, pay attention to which trim level you purchase. Then this also has a heads up display. If you're like me and you don't like the heads up display, well, I mean, just activate it or deactivate it. Super easy breezy. Then remember I said this has smart power lift gate. So go through doors and make sure that feature is actually activated as well too. And you can even adjust the height. So that's fantastic, but really easy to use. There's so many features in your infotainment system. So just make sure you sit down with your Kia specialist and go through it. Then this digital screen down here, which is also knobs for your climate temperature, but this digital screen is actually two different features. So you have your climate, or push this arrow and then it changes to your radio settings. Push the fan, it goes to the HVAC system. Up here, you could even control the rear passenger HVAC system too. So super convenient, super smart. For connectivity, you have two USB-C ports and a mobile charge pad is standard across the lineup, which is fantastic. If you're looking for your drive mode selector and you didn't see me use it before, it's located down here. Make sure you activate either eco mode or normal to achieve the best fuel economy. Now, let's hit the road so I can tell you why I'm going to stick with the gas over the hybrid and my final driving impressions. 2025 Kia Carnival final impressions, and I'm going to start with exactly why I would not purchase the hybrid Carnival over this gas model, and it really comes down to ownership length. So for me personally, I only lease my vehicles for up to 3 years. So if I was comparing a gas model Carnival and a hybrid, and the price difference was $6,000, it would take me almost 5 years to see a return on my investment. That's crazy. So if you decide to choose a trim that's only about $3,000 difference, okay, obviously you'll start seeing a return on your investment sooner. But for me, it's like, okay, at least for 3 years, but really after 2.5, I'm bored and I'm already looking at other vehicles. So keep that in mind when you're making your purchasing decision. Now that aside, when it comes to looks, just comparing this Carnival against the Sienna or the Odyssey, I mean, by all means, this Carnival is like so much prettier. So that's an easy decision right there. And when it comes to the drive, let me tell you, if you try to have a spirited drive and you really approach an off-ramp quickly, you feel the weight of the vehicle. So the gross weight of this vehicle is over 6,200 pounds. So, I mean, the brakes work well, but you're going to start feeling the weight. You feel that understeer and you have body roll, but it's actually not as bad as you would think it is. When it comes to visibility out the front, it's really, really good. Kia has you seating very, very well, and the A-pillars are pushed forward. So great visibility when you're making a left or a right-hand turn. There's no blind spots over your left shoulder by the B pillar, but obviously this is a 3-row vehicle, so there's always a blind spot by that C pillar. But depending on which trim you purchase, take advantage of the best driver assisted technology feature in the industry, which is video blind spot monitoring. But make sure you're using your turning signals or that feature isn't going to work well for you. But overall, driver assist technology is great. I love my adaptive cruise control. I like this trim, but I would probably have a closer look at the EX trim because I might save a few $1,000s as long as I still get my heated seats and my heated steering wheel. Now, one feature that I was pleasantly surprised that Kia did really, really well is noise cabin quality is actually really, really good. Um, but guys, like, overall, great vehicle, but you have to look down in the description because I try to make your purchasing experience easier for you. You will see competitor comparisons and make sure if you are trying to make a purchasing decision between gas and hybrid, you're doing the math to see how long it's going to take you to make a return on your investment. Guys, do me a favor. Remember, always look down in the description, and while you're down there, hit that notification bell and subscribe. Thanks for watching.